Alrighty, here with old Top and Drop, big nose himself, the man of the hour.
That's me, the biggest nose of them all.
Alrighty, mate, what are we doing here today other than teaching you how to not drop from the top of an event?
I got volcanic invoked for you. Topped locals a couple of times with this and thought I'd show it to you guys.
Visit with tabletop locals and volcanics. I'm so glad I don't play anymore.
Bloody yes. Alright, we'll start with the volcanic package. We got 3 volcanic rocket, just add your blaze accelerator reload from deck to hand. Then you got 3 volcanic scattershot, just does what scattershot does. Basically, sends itself, burns for 500, sends 2 more, destroys all monsters on the field, on your opponent's field. Doing some hugs behind camera. 1 volcanic counter, just to send it engraved, because if your opponent attacks during damage step, you can inflict damage to them with the same amount. And then moving on to the invoked package, 3 Alistair. Just does what Alistair does, adds an invocation, gets your plays going. Moving on to the spells, 3 magical meltdown to add your Alistair, and then Alistair does what it does, and then it just stops invocation being negated or whatever. For your volcanics, you play 3 Foolish Burial Goods to send your Blaze Accelerator reload to grave, so then you can do your scattershot shit.
I feel like Goods is due for another reprint, yeah?
It is due for another reprint. Not enough printings.
No, not in the last 6 months anyway.
2 invocation because 1's not enough, 3 is too much, and 2 is just the perfect ratio for this card. Because I'm a piece of crap, I just run 2 Mystic Mine because it's also good to just sometimes top deck this and then just play it and then just like watch your opponent just struggle while you set a bunch of traps while they try and play the game. This card's pretty good in this deck, 3 Forbidden Droplets, because you can send your Blade Accelerator reload to grave and then you can just do things with that. It also negates monster effects, which is really nice, so yeah, it's good. It just interrupts your opponent really well. And then the last spell, 1 Terraforming, search Mystic Mine or search Magical Meltdown, pretty good. Mystic Mine's good in this deck as well because you can just play Magical Meltdown to get rid of it, or you can play Droplets to send it as well. 3 of the best cards in the deck, Blaze Accelerator Reload. Basically, you can set it and then send 1 volcanic card, draw 1 card. If you have Scattershot in hand, send Scattershot and then Scattershot goes off. Or you send it in grave and then just destroy all their monsters. Pretty nice card. 3 of your Wincon, 3 Magical Cylinder.
I feel like that has not been played for about 15 years.
Yeah, it's a pretty good card though. Chris loves this card.
Does nothing, mate.
Yeah, it does
absolutely nothing.
Only problem with this card is that the targets, if it didn't target, it'd be absolutely insane, but you know, still does things.
Card's 20 years old, mate. Be nice.
Probably a bit much, but 3 Dogmatica Punishment. With this deck, it doesn't really matter what traps you run. Like, it's completely up to you what you run, but this is what I run. So 3 Dogmatica Punishment. Only bad thing about this card is that it locks you out of the extra deck, which sucks because you're playing Invoked. But, you know, that doesn't really come up much. 3 Torrential Tribute, because Torrential Tribute, like, it's nice just destroying all monsters on the field. 3 Solemn Strike. I was playing this at 2 and I was playing 1 Judgment, but I thought I'd bump Strike up to 3 because Strike's just a really good card right now.
Don't like 2 and 2?
I was running, I was running 2 Judgment, 2 Strike, but Judgment wasn't coming up enough and this was coming up a lot, so yeah, Judgment's just really good right now in this format, so 3 and 1's pretty good, but yeah, 2 and 2 is also pretty good as well. And then last trap card in the deck, Jar of Avarice, just to recycle back your scatter shots. And yeah,
makes sense.
I was playing Pot of Avarice to draw 2, but getting 5 monsters in grave is just a pain in the ass, and it doesn't come up enough. So Jar of Avarice is nice.
I guess too, quite often you're sending your volcanic monsters on your opponent's turn anyway.
Yeah, so this is nice to do on your opponent's turn as well, because then you can just, if you have 2 reloads or a droplets to send your second reload, you can just scattershot twice in 1 turn. So yeah. Moving on to the extra deck. Your invoked stuff, just 2 Mechaba, like always, 1 Purgatrio, 1 Raging, and yeah, that's pretty much it for invoked. My extra deck's all over the place at the moment. I was running Super Poly in the main, but I'm not anymore, so there's just literally 2 Super Poly targets sitting in here at the moment, which I don't use because Yeah.
Pizza in the fridge.
Pizza in the fridge. Dogmatic punishment, because we run 3 Entis and 1 5-headed dragon.
5-headed dragon.
This is just for getting over things like UCT. It's just getting over like the big dogs. Like, because obviously this is only 2,500 attacks, so yeah. But 3 Entis, 1 5-headed. 5-headed big dick. One emerald. I'll probably take out my super poly targets to play 2 of this, because it also, because your normal summons like Rocket and Aliester are level 4s, you can just go into this and then recycle 3 scatter shots, because it shuffles 3 monsters from the graveyard back into the deck. So this is a really good card, and you get to draw 1 off of it, so it's really nice as well. So I'll probably start playing that at 2. And then just 2 Secure Gardener and 2 Almirage, just for invoked. And then moving on to the side deck, play 3 Cosmic Cyclone and 1 Red Reboot, just because of back row. 3 Dimensional Barrier because of Zoo and shit like that. 3 Artifact Lancia because of dinos and bird up and everything else that Lancia just destroys. 1 Nibiru and 2 Skullmaster. There was meant to be 3 Nibiru in here, but the other 2 are sitting in my dino deck, so. And then 3 Drone Lockbird, because Drytron people still play it because they're pieces of shit, but yeah. 3 Drone Lockbird just in case people are playing that stupid deck. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Bit of hate there for Drytron, mate.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of Drytron. It's a bit dumb, but yeah, glad it's gone. But yeah,
it's not gone. I played a match against it tonight. It was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it was a bit of a pain in the ass. So is Mech Knights apparently, but you know, we don't talk about that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Volcanic deck. This deck's actually been alright. It's actually been really consistent, like, compared to other Volcanic builds, this is probably the best one so far.
Anything you change, add, if you could?
Anything I would change is probably put Dogmatic Punishment down to 1. Maybe swap this out for Avarice, or I've also been thinking about putting Prosperities in as well, because Prosperities are nice as well. Obviously changing the strike ratios as well. It's just your traps, pretty much. Like, obviously 3 Magic Cylinders is good because it's a burn deck, and your 3 reload, but everything else is just completely up to what you want to play. I just play Punishment because it's a real good card.
Probably does quite a fair bit at our locals where we attend and play anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I pretty much just build this deck around what our locals does, so yeah. That's it.
Awesome. Shout outs, nothing?
No shout outs. Just shout out to James's mum. She's looking real hot lately, so just thought I'd give her a nice shout out in this video.